It's Uncle, taking over the Harv and Jace show. In the midst of the insurrection, COVID, lockdowns, curfews, it is believed that anyone under 40 rarely expects anything good to happen. How have we all lost hope? Don't you remember, we are the same people who killed off the Neanderthals and the beasts. That must have been a very trying time as the first Homo sapiens, dealing with people so ignorant that regardless of what you show them, prove to them over and over until it's sickening, they continue in their animalistic, carnal ways without ever evolving. Kind of like the rioters who stormed the Capitol building, eh? Oh.
It's the Harv and Jace show.
I'm jonesing.
I'm jonesing.
Has it been recording that whole time, or did it just start?
No, just in between.
So you missed my...
Freestyle.
No, that was Crazy Talk.
Oh, yeah. It was,
From True Res
it
Crew.
wasn't written.
Woman, you're delicious. Every time I see you, I'm jonesing.
Yeah. It's old school.
That's right. I remember, I kind of think of those songs. We're on, man.
Yeah, here we are.
It's Thursday night,
Yes.
and we're back. And
Yes. Hopefully we got a W.
I know
Telepathically, I'm
The
putting it
Leafs-
out there. We got a W.
the Leafs. It's time.
Yes.
Did you watch the little warm up game they had with like the white and blue
and
team?
white, I missed it, but how'd it go?
It went really well. I'm lucky enough I subscribe to Sportsnet, so like if you miss a game or whatever that they show, they put them like replay, so you can go
Oh.
watch the whole dang thing again
cool.
at your own leisure.
Anybody
It was pretty good.
Stand out
That
in
stand
the
out to
game?
me that Barabanov.
Yes.
He looked really good. I thought he played really well. Jack Campbell looked really well too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Matthews.
Jack Campbell, the goalie.
Yeah.
Soupy.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
call him, I
Soupy.
believe.
Yeah, he played really well. Matthews and Marner looked spectacular. They looked
Nice.
in mid-season form, so I'm so excited.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got a nice team on paper, so
Right.
I'm hoping for the best.
Well, we're gonna see. I'm really excited about that. I'm glad you got the Matthews jersey on, man. Like, that's the way to do it. I need to get myself a jersey, dude.
Yeah.
So if anyone's got a,
I was hoping to get a Darcy Tucker jersey.
Right.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
we need to get a Darcy Tucker shout out for the show. You know, this is
Yeah.
Darcy Tucker. You know, we can do that now. They have these kinds of
$60,
things.
I hear.
Yeah, these kind of things.
Yeah.
Where all these different
Matt
athletes
Sundin
and
even.
right that would be cool. They get a
Yeah.
little shout out, Harv and Jace intro from the one and only Matt Sundin.
Yeah.
I love that kid.
That'd be killer.
Heck, we've never had a team like this though, so I'm excited. And we're in the all Canadian division. That's gotta excite you, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Connor Mc-
starting out with
David,
starting
Carey
out with a
Price.
bang tonight. Yeah.
A lot of people are thinking Carey Price is gonna rebound and have like a Vezina type year again this year.
It'll be good for him, but not tonight.
Right. Hopefully not tonight against the Leafs.
Yeah,
you know,
let's
they're-
not start it against.
this
the
is a
Leafs.
huge rivalry, dude.
Yeah.
And whoever made the schedule is like they're loving this Leafs Montreal kicking it off. You know, like what's better than that?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fireworks.
It's gonna be some great teams.
Then
playing
after
some
the
good-
8th, 9th, 10th time playing each other, man,
100
that's gonna get frustrating.
160 nights in a row with hockey. I heard starting.
That's awesome.
Tomorrow.
That's the best news you hear when you're in COVID, right? You don't. There's nothing really to do. Like, thank God for like the new music that's coming out, right?
Right.
The new TV series, the new movies,
Our podcast.
our podcast, of course,
Yeah.
man. You know, stuff like that. Like, it's the people like that are entertaining everyone while we're in lockdown, in which we're actually on lockdown for like another 3 weeks, right? They extended it, right?
Another 28 days, I believe.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like every
The
28
Ontario-
days, it's adding
Ontario won another 28 days.
But this is even more, like it's even more shut down now, right? Like you
Right.
can't do anything. You can't play pond hockey outside. You can't do
No.
anything. And it's just shy of a curfew, right? But Trump has finally conceded.
Wow. Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen some.
I've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would do it right up until January 20th,
Well,
right?
they still got a couple days
I
to do
know.
some crazy stuff. So
But he won't be online. He got banned from everything.
true,
He got banned, man.
which is kind of a shame because like he was kind of entertaining, but he was
Right.
also riling up
Right?
the minions that follow him
And our little guy, he actually moved. So
on his own.
I don't really know. It looks like
On his own?
The decoration's ready to jump off, considering.
Yeah, the decoration's scared. Butt lifts.
Probably saying it's not Christmas anymore.
Yeah.
That's why I changed the trees. You see, I changed the trees to like just snowy trees now. They're not Christmas trees.
Nice.
Isn't that cool? I took out the Christmas trees, and then there was a space there instead of moving everything over.
Yeah.
It's more laziness.
Yeah, we'll need something there to take up the space.
You know, they always say, like, if you need, like, to figure out a way, the quickest way to get something done, ask the laziest person you know.
Really?
Yeah, and they'll figure out the easiest, quickest way to do it. Yeah. So put that in your pipe.
Good info, yeah. That's some good info.
But yeah, Trump, like, he said he was going to start the full transfer of power over to Biden's team.
Yes.
And the Capitol building finished its electoral count, which declared
Trump as the
loser and Biden the actual president officially. You can't say anything more about it. It's all done, right? So
Right.
it's like
I'm sure Trump will still have
he did have things to say.
lots more to say.
But, you know, Facebook, all this stuff, you know, this banned for him. I can't even believe that. A lot of people are saying it's like going against freedom of speech and stuff, but freedom of speech is one thing, but when you're actually using that voice and platform to incite
Violence.
like, anger and
yeah.
racism and destruction and just, you know, that's not good, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Like he could have used his platform to call a lot of that stuff back or call it off.
Yeah, totally. And say,
he
this
didn't,
is too much. But I guess there was videos of it, like it was Trump, like he was trying to get everyone to there and act a fool because, you know, he was trying to make a point.
Yeah,
but
he told him like January 6th, it's gonna get wild.
Yeah. So he's like, and then they were worried about January 20th now. They're thinking the 50
and
states.
all the state capitals, right?
And so like there's this massive confusion going on right now, and he could easily just stop it and come out and say, don't do that. If you do go to the capitals, do it peacefully, you know, like, so he's not doing stuff like that
Right.
It's kind of hard. You can't have him on Facebook chiming up and people like, look at how many 5 people died at that, right?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens on the 20th of January.
Right. And the people
have more to talk about on this,
right?
Or if everybody just settles the F down.
I don't know, man. I don't think cooler heads will prevail until
I don't think so
it sets in that Biden's the president, you know what I mean?
Right.
And their chance is done.
And even then, I think Biden's going to have to like really watch himself because he's going to have a lot of radicals after him his whole term.
Right. But he can do things to quiet them, you know. He could cut taxes and he could do things for them to get them, you know, on their side a little bit. I think people will forget pretty good.
Yeah. The American public might forgive him if they
if he does good things, you know.
Good stuff for him.
Yeah, so we'll see. But what's cool is like all those memes of all the rioters and that craziness, you know, had a lot of memes on like a lot of those people are going to jail now, dude.
Which was rightfully so.
Like, and they're facing like up to 10 years in jail, some of them, and massive fines.
Well, they're like the guy posing in the office with his feet up. The guy carrying the podium, like giving a peace sign.
Totally.
You know, like that's blatant.
He was charged.
You know,
the guy with the cow horns. In the face. He turned himself in, and they're all gonna get in trouble, man. They're gonna count. People are getting like fired. You know, like people were going there from their jobs, or you know, and they're getting fired because they're getting seen on camera. Their bosses are seeing them.
Right. They should have masked up at least, you know?
I know.
Like, you know, isn't that what's supposed to be going on with the pandemic?
But they don't believe in masks either. They think it's all this conspiracy, and so anti-maskers, I think they call them.
Oh, man.
I know,
of all time to anti-mask.
I know, right? Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, that's insane. Some of them, like the top U.S. Congress people, like including Nancy Pelosi, and people are asking for Vice President to enact the 25th Amendment, which would make Mike Pence the president for now until they, you know, so and to kind of avoid the catastrophe from now until January 20th, you know, like.
And that's making all his, like the heavy Trump supporters saying that Mike Pence would then be a traitor.
Right. And they're fighting right now, Donald and Mike right now, because
what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Guys. And that's your vice president. If he's saying you're not doing the right things, man, like you got to look at yourself, you know, like that's your most trusted advisors are saying, dude, you're kind of going off the rails. Like that's when you know, right? That's when you have people around you that you trust, is it not? So they can say, hey,
that's why you're supposed to have these people.
I know, so you're going a little too far. Yeah. You're supposed to trust them, right? Anyways, so that's kind of crazy. The popular social media platform Parler, have you heard of that platform?
I'm not familiar with it, but I've heard
it kind of it grew prominence during the campaign because it kind of was like filled with all kinds of Trump supporters where they could be themselves without being censored or taken off, you know.
Right.
So
that's
you
most
can
likely
imagine,
why I'm not familiar
right?
with it.
You can imagine the conversations and the rhetoric, you know,
Right.
that was on that. But Parler has been dropped by Apple, Amazon, and Google. It's like virtually homeless. Like you can't even Google it and go to their site anymore because they just got shut down because of all that hatred.
Which is kind of rightfully so if it's
Crazy.
all hate speech. Like I know there's freedom of speech, but if all you're doing is promoting hate and you know, shut that stuff down.
It kind of exposed them. You know how like in hockey they say like if you do real good, you kind of you rat yourself out to the coaches because they're gonna expect that from you all the time, right?
Right.
It's kind of like the same thing there. Like if they can do all that stuff to shut down that hate and stuff like that, like how come they can't do that for like, you know, like the trafficking and the murderers and
the child
pornography, which is huge, like the Save the Children, you know, all the stuff that's going on right now. Like hopefully that same technology and energy and manpower is going to those kind of things too, right? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, that would be the right thing to do.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. A lot of people don't do the right thing, as we've been finding out.
As the world goes, yeah.
Right. We've been doing some good interviews lately, man.
Yeah, we've gotten a few under our belt now.
Right, and we're like over our 20th episode. We have a couple episodes coming up with Jennifer Podemsky, who I was editing today, and it is spectacular.
Awesome.
Yeah, like
Jennifer Podemsky is a great actress.
Talking about smoke signals and Dance Me Outside, the Shine Network, you know, growing up Indigenous with her famous sisters, and great thing. We got Vaughn Harris coming up very soon.
Great lacrosse player.
Yeah, from the Buffalo Bandits. Really cool. The people we're trying to line up and get in the future. Like there's some surprise people that people are going to be excited to hear about. So I'm really happy that you guys are joining us and watching. And
shout out to our live studio audience.
That's
tonight.
right. We have a new audience member here tonight. Just learning, Eli.
Yeah,
he's learning.
Arrows alumni.
Arrows alumni. Awesome, man.
I believe former Arrow captain. I believe.
Yeah, there you go. Eli Hill. Silent captain.
Silent captain.
It was a silent C.
Yeah. A silent K.
Backwards K, right?
Yeah.
Backwards K like the Russians. Yeah, so that's really cool. So we want to thank Miracle Mans. We want to thank Miracle Mans, man. They're jumped on board to give us some support.
All right, Jesse.
They have a new restaurant opening
I know he's
up.
got a new location coming up.
Yep, just in the village there. So really exciting. So we want to thank Miracle Mans for jumping on board and with the ad and all that stuff help us get better and grow and continue to improve, continue to get great guests, content, you know. So every little bit of support helps. So we're really thankful to Miracle Mans and all the people who've been a part of.
Yeah, keep hitting it up on the harvandjace.com.
Yep.
Subscribing on YouTube.
Become a member on harvandjace.com.
Yeah, become a member.
Subscribe on Harv and Jace.
Give us some comments.
YouTube.
Maybe get a mug, get a shirt.
Yeah, we actually did a few contests and we give a few mugs out already to.
I actually dropped his mug off.
Yeah.
And he wasn't home, but his res dogs were.
Oh, geez.
And like halfway up to his house. Like his dogs come out and they're like,
oh my goodness.
And
one
was like a pit bull. And I'm like, oh. F.
Wasn't Sandy Balls this time.
No, so it turned out okay though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get bit or nothing.
We had an uncle sighting at the start too.
Yeah. I heard.
Uncle's getting political.
Uncle's radical.
Uncle is a radical man. He's radical. His hair's radical.
It is.
I seen him fluffing it at the start there.
Uncle uses Pert Plus.
You always got to look your best, you know.
That's right.
WWE legend Mick Foley, who I think you know of.
I do know of
AKA Mankind, one of his great characters. Dude Love, which people don't remember.
Cactus Jack.
He had so many great characters, man. Mankind, right, with the mask and walked really creepy.
Yeah.
Kind of came after the Undertaker thing was blowing up, the kind of dead men. And he had the same manager as Undertaker for a while.
Yeah,
did he
Paul
not?
Bearer.
Paul Bearer. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
But anyways, he's calling on Vince McMahon to take Donald Trump out of the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Over just like the lack of, you know, what he was doing at the Capitol, you know, not coming out to condemn and stop it, you know, like letting it go too far.
It would be the right thing to do. You know,
right?
they take these guys out of the Hall of Fame, like baseball and stuff, for like using steroids and whatnot. So, and Donald Trump did a lot of Donald Trumpy things.
But I like that because it kind of shows that you have repercussions for your actions. You know, a lot of times there isn't no.
Be accountable, Donald Trump. Be
accountable. That would never happen to you if you weren't doing X and X and X. You know what I mean? So like, I kind of like when people use their platforms to come out and just say, hey, let's make a change here. Let's shake it up and do the right thing. So I think
Mick Foley's probably got a huge following in wrestling, so
for sure. We'll see what happens. But Vince McMahon is a good buddy of Donald Trump, so I bet
and
that's
a big, powerful money guy too.
Fall on deaf ears, but you know, we'll never know.
Yeah.
Quebec added, like you were talking about, a curfew, and Ontario went into lockdown after 4,300 new cases a day. Now they said by like the end of the month it's going to be like 6,000 a day. And by February, it's going to be up to 12,000 a day if we don't get things under control.
20,000 deaths or something.
That's so scary. It's wiping a lot of elders, right? Elders, holy man. And
like people, it's gross, the numbers that are out there.
And I was thinking about it today because I'm such a busy guy. I love being busy, but I just have to not do that. Like my mind's trying to get me to do stuff, but in reality, I'm just sitting at home. I'm just staying here, you know, like, and we don't go out often, and I just go out for the whole house, right? And to get the groceries and all that crazy stuff. And we gotta do it. I think, you know, like,
it's the curbside stuff now. Like, I went to get my groceries today, and we just parked at Walmart.
That's what it is.
Got them to bring it out.
It's tough,
and, you know.
That's tough, man.
I don't mind it, but I'd prefer just to go get my own stuff rather than...
It's just crazy, man. A couple protesting the controversial Quebec curfew, which is they can't leave their homes from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. for 4 weeks. They can't go outside after 8 p.m. It's crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like, not even in their yard?
No, they can go for, like they can go in their yard, I guess, maybe. But they can't go anywhere else. They can't, unless it's work. Or I guess you can walk your dog for, like, within a kilometer of your house or something like that. Did you hear about that? Yeah, they actually did it.
The man had the leash on, and the wife was walking him around.
Trying to curb the law.
Yeah, right. And trying to get around.
Yeah, and the
technicalities.
And the policeman didn't find it too amusing because he ended up fining him like $3,600.
Yeah.
And they were kind of mocking the fines too, saying, "Oh, we want to see how many we can get and all that stuff." Like, isn't that freaky?
Yeah.
Just must be loaded, dude.
Yeah.
Trying to make a point.
That's the same thing is happening in Ontario, and they plan on like deputizing all these bylaw for like
the Karens,
bylaw officers, everybody,
the
like
Karens and the Carls.
Yeah. They'll be out there.
They'll be the ones signing up to be those volunteers, right? The ones that they love telling people what to do.
They'll be out there.
Yep, the mediators, the Karens. Oh, that's gonna be
tattletales.
Nobody likes a tattletale.
Nobody.
How come have they never heard that?
Yeah.
Come on. This is really cool. Peguis First Nations in Manitoba is celebrating 25 days of being COVID-free after they had a breakout. Remember we talked about them having a breakout? 25 days, no cases, man.
That's ace.
Isn't that awesome?
That is ace because they shut down properly, hey?
They did really good stuff, really strict stuff.
Yeah.
Like more so than what like Manitoba was doing. And they even was doing it before like the red level restrictions came in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They actually shut their borders right down, right? You couldn't even come onto the res.
Which is pretty good. I'd like to see that happen down here.
Yeah,
but
right.
I don't think it could because there's too many complainers and we have such a big community.
That leave and come out every day anyways, regardless if you got borders, right?
So much travel, yeah.
I think Peguis, they might have just stayed home. You know what I mean? Like they might have just stayed in their houses because they said that they weren't even going outside and everything like that. And they had contact tracing. They had a curfew, 10 p.m. till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Any potential cases that arrived, they were quick to be isolated and quarantined. So they were all over it, you know, to stop the spread of it. They were just all over it. And the reservation started getting calls from like other reserves on how to like help their systems and stuff like that. So good on them, man.
That is smart.
Yeah. They're starting to
sounds like they were doing everything right.
Yeah, and they did it for their community, right? And the community members listen.
Right.
Right? If they don't
Whereas our community is way too big and nobody likes to listen.
But you know, like it's 10 months, 11 months we're going into this. So
yeah,
so
and it's
people
gonna
are starting
it's gonna
to
be
think,
10 more months, 11 more months, the more that we don't listen.
I know. It should have been only like a month.
And
like,
I understand people are, they're non-believers or believers or whatever. Like, just suck it up.
Yep.
Let's just get this over with so we can get back to whatever
let's get the
normalcy we had
Let's
before.
get 6 Nations to no cases in 25 days.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be the best.
That would be the best. So I'm kind of taking inspiration from these guys, and then let's just do the same stuff, man.
Yes, kudos to them.
Yep, kudos to them. A man from Russia was caught on camera. This is really cool. Defending his farm from a wolf that killed 2 of his dogs and attacked a horse. A friggin' wolf, man. The man, fearing his cattle would be next, and with no way to go get any kind of help or anything like that, he had to act quick, right? He ended up killing the wolf with his bare hands on camera.
That man's name was Groundskeeper Willie.
This is not an episode of The Simpsons. This is real life. So that's, again, The Simpsons are always, they're always creating everything.
Wow, they predicted another one. Yeah.
Wow. So world, real life, Groundskeeper Willie. Groundskeeper. I don't know, man.
Russians are tough.
Right?
Maybe it was like,
I wouldn't
Khabib
fight.
Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, Habib.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fight like a rat or a raccoon or that's a wolf.
Any
dude.
wild animal, I'm not keen on
can
fighting.
kill you. They're on top of they're quite up there on the predator list, right?
Even like wild cats or
I know
nothing to
they're
mess
vicious.
with,
I seen a video of a woman shooing it. Did you see that video online? Not too long. She's shooing him away. He jumps right on her face. Oh man, she's down, and then she's like walking away, like, oh man, do not mess with animals. This guy said he was gonna, I guess it's a little different when you're protecting your cattle. Like, you probably, you know what I mean? That's your livelihood.
That's your livelihood.
Your family.
It's
tradition. Yeah. And you protect your house, right? You protect your family. So I guess it's just crazy. I just thought that was awesome.
He's a Russian guy.
And I'd love to see that footage.
Yeah.
Because apparently he caught it on his security cam footage.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Actually killing a wolf.
Maybe on next week's episode we'll
have some we can license that, man.
Yeah.
It was confirmed that while Dr. Dre remember we talked about Dr. Dre had a brain aneurysm?
Yeah.
And then you were mentioning about
somebody may have broke into his house.
And they tried.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, but he got busted. He's in jail now.
Oh, that's good.
Because it didn't get in the house. He was like apprehended by Dre's security team. So like, if they're that rich, he's, it's kind of dumb.
And he's super rich.
It's kind of dumb because they think, they're trying to be smart and say, I know he's not home because he's in the hospital. I'm being smart and clever. Right. But you don't think that this guy's not going to have like the top security in the world. Come on, man.
Right. Or somebody's
of the world, Craig.
Are not going to be top flight. He's friends with Ice Cube, man.
Of the world, Craig. So that's really cool. So but Dre's not home yet. He's not out of the woods yet. He's still in ICU. The doctors can't figure out what caused the brain aneurysm, and they're just kind of keeping him there to make sure, like, if it doesn't happen again, because that the chances are, it can,
come back on.
So we're just hoping for the best for him and hope he can get out soon, Dr. Dre,
get well soon, doctor.
The legend. 2022 will be the year of the bat, dude. For real, if you're a Batman fan.
Yeah.
3 different Batmans will appear in.
2020 was the year of the bat, I thought.
Is it for real? Like
no COVID,
the
bat suit.
COVID, I thought you were talking about the Chinese calendar.
No.
According to Donald Trump. The Chinese flu, they call it. 2020.
I thought it was Kung Flu.
Kung Flu. It just reminds me of that guy, the Kung Fu Iron Crotch Master.
Oh, yeah. That guy's tough. He could probably beat up a wolf, too.
But 3 different Batmans will appear in 2 major blockbusters announced by the DC Universe. One, which we talked about, Robert Pattinson taking over the Batman.
Which I'm not too keen on, but he might do it all right.
We'll see.
Who knows?
But in the Flash movie, they're supposed to be doing a storyline with multi-universes, and you're going to see the resurrection of Michael Keaton's Batman again.
And the Ben Affleck's.
And they're going to be in the same movie, just in different multiverses. Flash can go from 1 to 1, right? It's crazy, dude.
The Michael Keaton Batman, I believe, is probably one of the best.
A lot of people think he's number one.
He's the original from the movies, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
It is so cool. We get
but
to
the
see
Christian
him.
Bale Batman was
amazing.
Was really good.
That'd be cool if they could get him in there too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really cool. So we're gonna look out for that. And there's rumors of a cameo by Danny DeVito's Penguin.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we have to wait and see for that.
It's been a minute since Danny DeVito's been in a movie.
Right, he's in that Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen has retired his Borat character after 2 movies.
That's too bad. I'm sure he said it was because of Trump. He brought him back because of Trump, right?
Right, or else he wouldn't even have did him again.
Yeah, so I'm assuming if Trump keeps coming back around, Borat might resurface.
I don't think he's gonna throw away the gear, but I think he's changing. He's maturing, eh? Right. When he got married to Isla Fisher, there, his wife, she's kind of probably helping him grow up, mature a little bit. Borat is a controversial character, man.
Very controversial.
Very controversial. From Kazakhstan, so there's a lot of stuff that worked when he started that character that don't work now because of like the women bashing and the racism and. I know, even though they're supposed to be like ignorant jokes from an ignorant man, and it don't land like that nowadays, right?
It's supposed to be comedy, but
it don't land like that anymore.
From a different time.
Yeah. So maybe it was time to put Borat to bed, but I enjoyed the last movie.
I thought it was very nice.
I was shocked. Yeah. I was shocked with the stuff he still can catch. Nowadays, like people aren't scared of being themselves on camera. Like really down low kind of. Stuff on camera, they're nuts, man. Right. Because that'll be there forever. Yeah. We live in a day and age where it's going to be here forever, dude.
Yes.
It's crazy. Until the world goes zoop. 2020 also had a really cool record, a speeding ticket record by a 19-year-old Toronto man. He was pulled over for going 308 kilometers an hour on the QEW.
He was gunning her.
In his Mercedes. Ooh. Isn't that nuts?
That's giving her.
That is giving her 308 kilometers.
I think maybe the fastest I've been in a vehicle was maybe half of that.
Right.
Maybe.
Right. I don't know, man. I think 160 is probably the fastest I ever went, and that was scary.
Yeah, and that's like not quite half. That's around half of that.
It kind of feels like you're going to take off like a plane, you know what I mean? Like,
it's got that speed wobble.
Right, and it's kind of crazy because at the Boeing 747, takeoff speed is around the same. Isn't that nuts? So this guy literally
could just about to take flight.
He could have took flight, man.
I wonder if his face was like peeling back a little bit.
That's just nuts. And why do they make cars that go that fast? Is the first thing. Like they're made for the Autobahn. He could have been on Autobahn and not gotten any ticket, right? But not here in Ontario. That's crazy. Got his car and license suspended, car impounded.
If he was going that fast, he should have just kept going and not even pulled over.
I know. How are they going to catch him?
Yeah, that's right.
It's crazy.
He wasn't thinking.
But he could get a fine up to $10,000 and 6 months in jail if you're going fast like that.
Yeah.
So
well, like I'm sure his fine's going to be 6 times higher than normal.
Oh, man. And his insurance?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Human traffickers are getting more and more tech savvy at locating potential victims. And I just felt like I should talk about this because the more information out there to save people, the better. They're asking girls for their cell phone numbers online when they see, because a lot of teens, not like boys and girls, are targeted because they put online like they're sad and they're lonely and no one loves them. Like they're perfect prime.
They're vulnerable.
Vulnerable prime targets for these kinds of people. So like what they see is they send them let me get your cell phone number. I'll cheer you up. I'll send you this and I'll do this. And they can get those cell numbers of those people, those teens that are vulnerable, right? So their new thing is to get their phone number. Once they have their phone number, they send them a text saying that they lost their package or whatever. Like they call them phishing techniques, right?
Yeah.
To click a link. And then once they click that link, the
human location.
The human traffickers will actually know where you are. At all times, 247. You're at Costco. Yeah. Isn't that scary?
That is scary. Like that's outrageous that these people are doing it.
Right.
It doesn't surprise me the lengths they'll go to.
Right.
Especially with technology nowadays, you can almost do anything.
And it's crazy because you think just stop it, but the thing is those hackers. There's no, when you're a computer hacker and a computer genius, there isn't one that's more computer genius than the next. They all know the same stuff. They know how to break security. They know how to create security. They know how to break down walls. They know how to send viruses. If you put a safety net on it, somebody could come in then, like from China or India or whatever, and then disable it. And then that's just there, so it's crazy. You don't know how to stop these people.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place it's
just all preventative.
Just got to be safe and monitor your children.
Monitor your kids, man. Their social media, their phones and stuff. And just have talks with them. We want you guys to be safe. Elon Musk was officially the richest man in the world for a few days, and then I think he fell down to number 2 again. But that's pretty wild, eh?
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
He's got some cash.
$185 billion.
Nice.
Tesla has a big part of that. I think it was just valued at like $700 billion or something.
700 bill.
Isn't that nuts? That's a B.
Yeah.
That's a B, baby.
Yeah, that's some coin.
That's some serious coin.
Well, he wants to go to Mars.
Yep, SpaceX.
Yep, and he wants to
doing the Starlink satellites.
Yeah, he had wanted to hire Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, no, I don't know if that was them. It was a different flight.
Was it a different flight?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was SpaceX or not.
Oh.
It was a bunch of billionaires.
Yeah.
They wanted to hire Ricky Gervais. Yep, and he turned down $300,000 for a 10-minute set.
Yeah.
And because he's kind of like, we didn't want to take the risk, right?
Yeah, he doesn't even like to travel, he said. He doesn't like to fly.
Yeah, so. He said he's like careful when he's walking across the street, right? So like, he was like, no, I'm not going up there,
I would have jumped all over that game.
Yeah, me too. $300,000 for 10 minutes. Heck, I could have stumbled and bumbled around for a while. Yeah. You don't even get one lap, but you still get $300,000.
That's right.
And they can't go anywhere. They're stuck in space. Where are they going to go? They're stuck in their seat.
You're with me.
They can't go like this and pretend they're not listening in it. It's about all they can do. You would kill.
They can close their
Especially
eyes.
If they're lightheaded. You'd kill. Oh, man. But apparently that $700 billion that Tesla's worth is worth more than Toyota, Volkswagen, Hyundai, GM, and Ford combined.
Wow. And Tesla's really on the come up there.
And he said he went and said that about half his money is intended to help like problems on Earth, and half is to help establish a self-sustaining city on Mars, which you were talking about, to ensure the continuation of life, in case Earth gets hit by a meteor, or something like the dinosaurs or World War III. He said, so like he's really thinking outside the box, eh?
Maybe it was that weed he was smoking. With Joe
right? He does a lot of crazy stuff, eh?
Yeah. He should come on our show and smoke some weed with me.
That's what we need to do.
Maybe lend me $40. He's got some money.
I'll get you back. I'll get you back.
Get you back when we get to Mars.
Yeah. When that check hits at 12 midnight, right?
That's right.
We'll shoot it back to you. Some big movies have been announced for 2021 too, including a new Conjuring movie. Have you seen these movies? The horror movies?
I've seen a couple.
They're scary, dude.
Yeah, it's like real life stuff too.
Yeah, they're based on real life stories.
Events, right?
For Lorraine Warren, they're investigative. They have files galore, I guess, and that's why these movies keep coming out because they're so interesting. Because, man, the stories they have are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It's coming out.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's going to be great on June 4th. A new Space Jam with LeBron James.
Awesome.
After 25 years, the first one with Michael Jordan. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
That's coming out July 16th.
I'm sure there'll be some cameos from other NBA superstars.
Like the other one?
Yeah. Like Michael Jordan had Charles Barkley.
Right.
And
even
Muggsy
Bogues.
Yeah.
From the Raptors back
Maybe
in
Nate Robinson will make an appearance and
I have not seen him.
He'll be asleep.
I haven't seen Nate Robinson or heard from him since then, man. It's a long time not to hear from someone.
He's still sleeping.
I think he's a little bit punch drunk, but I hope he comes out soon. I hope he's okay, man. When you think of video games, you think of, it's time to chill out. But some have discovered recently in research, have found that video games can boost stress levels, especially when you're highly competitive and cooped up like we are now during like COVID.
Oh, yeah.
According to a study, Mario Kart is the most stressful to play. It increases the heart rates by 21 beats per minute, which is a 33% increase over your resting heart rate.
I believe that.
Mario Kart.
Yes. Well, I believe any video games can get you going, like especially like playing some hockey back in the day,
right.
Some NHL or something.
Yep.
You know, you get going.
And it is hard.
Battles.
You kind of can think those games cheat, right?
Yeah.
You're like, this can't be in it.
Yeah. Like I remember back in my video game prime, like whipping the controller, like have this, you know.
I've heard of that.
Like getting pretty pretty pissed.
I heard of people like punching their screens, like breaking their screens, smashing their controllers, punching holes in the wall and stuff like that. And
I had a hole or two in my ball.
I always felt like, man, like for me, it takes a lot of control though, because I'll be playing, like when I did play, I don't play too much now, but when I did play, I just felt like I had a little bit of control, because as soon as I start getting at it, I'd be having fun, but as soon as I start getting, you know how you have fun for 10, 15 minutes or whatever, and then it starts, that's when I turn it off.
Oh, yeah.
And that's hard to do, because people want to play all night and all day, right? They don't want to play
that's the point I'm at now. I'll play for about 5-10 minutes and I'm like, oh, I ain't no good no more. I'm just going to turn it off.
Yep. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're getting up there now.
Maybe it is,
We're the next level now, man.
Yeah.
Spoon.
Yeah.
We're playing the spoons in no time.
on a stick. That'll keep me occupied for days.
I need that ball on a stick.
Where's that ball on a stick?
I'm going to need that ball on a stick. Where'd you got that? Back in the truck?
Yeah.
Grammy winner Johnny Lang. This sucks, dude. Canceled all confirmed appearances for the foreseeable future on doctor's orders. Over the past year, Johnny has been having medical issues with his voice, and the situation is not improving.
That's terrible news.
The platinum-selling artist has performed over 2 decades and said he hopes to be in a position to return to the stage should he retain the ability to perform at a level his global audience has enjoyed night in and night out. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it is bad news. Like, hopefully he can get back to performing condition. Like, he's very young.
Yeah, he's same age as us, like a little bit younger than me, right?
Yeah.
He was same age as Troy Boy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he's under 40 or 40-ish.
Yep.
Right?
Crazy. Johnny Lang. And he had that deep blues growl. You wonder if that had anything to do with it, you know? I'm just kind of scared because he's one of my all-time favorite artists.
Yeah.
We even got to bring Johnny.
You brought him down
Johnny
for a concert
Lang.
for a cure,
We had him right here in Chiefswood Park, man.
Yeah.
The one and only Johnny Lang was...
get well soon.
Get well soon, man. We were so... Like, I hate that. That's awful. Like, I'm a singer, man, and that would be a nightmare, man. If you lose your voice. That's who you are. Like, that's what you love to do. Like, that's your purpose. The 1959 Martin D18E acoustic guitar used by Kurt Cobain in the acclaimed performance aired on MTV's Unplugged. Did you see that one?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it several times.
What a great one to just put on and listen to, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sold at an auction for $6 million.
Oh, wow. I believe it. Like, it's probably highly sought after.
Oh, man. People watch that show, like you said, man, constantly, dude. It's one of the...
Like, I bought the album as soon as it came out back in the
Unplugged
day.
album.
I know all the songs, like, off.
But
it's great.
Holy moly. Kurt Cobain. What a breathtaking performance.
Yeah.
A very intimate. Iconic. It's one of the iconic performances of all time.
Yeah.
And $6 million for that acoustic, and his cardigan sweater that he was wearing pulled in $300,000 just for the sweater, dude.
At the time, I thought it was hideous.
Right? I know. And itchy. It looked
still,
itchy.
Yeah, it still doesn't look awesome.
I don't like itchy things.
But yeah,
get the hell out.
It's worth 300 some odd grand. So,
yeah.
What the heck?
I love it. Don't you know there's some scon dogs that do that?
Oh, yeah.
No matter what you tell them, whether good news, bad news, the best news in the world, it's always the same reaction.
Yeah. That's my aunt.
I just won $1 million.
Oh, is it?
Suppose you think you're all ace now. Look at him.
Thinks he's
Look
ace.
at him. Thinks he's ace. Won the lottery. I'm supposed to be impressed. Look at him. Uncle, I just got accepted into college.
Oh, is it?
A U.S. website is searching for a professional binge watcher to review 3 series on Netflix. The successful applicant will get $500 to review 3 series and also will receive a pizza budget to enjoy while they review, and they'll also have to review the pizza too. So,
excellent.
Cool little gig. Anyone can sign up too from U.S. or Canada.
I may look into that.
$500. All you got to do is like watch the Umbrella Academy. There's like a list of shows that you can pick, right?
Right.
Pick 3.
And they're going to supply some pizza.
Yep. They send you money for pizza for every, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
A woman in Moscow, Yekaterina Nekrasova, broke the world record for longest under ice swim. She swam 280 feet under the ice.
It's another tough Russian right there.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Holy moly. You know the conditioning that goes into getting your body used to those, like, it's almost like needles, eh? Like piercing needles when you go into cold water.
Yeah. And so you don't get like hypothermia.
Right. Your hearts and things could shut down, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh man, it's insane, dude.
280 feet?
280 feet in 90 seconds without surfacing for air.
Wow. That's tough.
The Guinness Book of World Records actually forbid her to wear a wetsuit or flippers. So she's had, it's like, just had to streamline, dude, under ice. Oh,
yeah, that's
like,
tough.
Imagine if she would have got stuck or needed help. Like, who's going to get down there? You know what I mean? Like, that's scary. Right. A lot of risk to it. So that's crazy. She beat the previous record of 230 feet set in 2020. So I hope people don't start doing this and then freaking, perish. It's like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, like
it's kind of crazy.
If you want to set a record, then
there's safer ones to do it. Do the skipping rope one or something. You know what I mean? A Vietnamese man complained of itchy and pain in his ears, and the doctors discovered mushrooms growing in his ears.
Wow.
Like the actual fungus, bacteria.
That's insane.
Isn't it disgusting?
I've heard of people having like spiders and stuff growing in their ears, but some fungus among us.
Hey. What do you got, shrooms in your ears?
Some shrooms. What's that sound?
But he said that it was from like sharing earbuds, like with people. Oh, I'm gonna that's gonna make me nauseous.
Yeah, don't share your earbuds.
The Buffalo Bills, did you see them? They actually won a playoff game.
25 years.
We predicted it.
In the making.
4 years in a row. Did we not say that on the Harv and Jace show? We said that they're going to win 4 in a row. Yep. First time in 24 years hosting a playoff game.
Yep.
And they won 27-24. It was a really close game.
Yeah, it was a
Beat
close
my
one.
Pro Line ticket. I needed them to win by 4.
Oh. Well, at least they won. At least they won, I guess.
So it was a really cool game. The Seahawks, they were beat by the Rams. They were upset by the Rams, 30-20. Tom Brady and the Bucs are moving on after they beat Washington.
Yep.
Washington
football team.
That's right. Brady will take on Drew Brees and the Saints, which is going to be an epic showdown. The Browns beat the Steelers, so
and that's the first playoff game the Browns won in.
Yeah.
I don't know how long. Like
they beat the Steelers.
30 years.
That's insane. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Next up, LA is against Green Bay. Bucks versus the Saints. Bills and Ravens. Kansas City and Browns. So pretty good teams.
Some good
8
matchups.
Good darn teams.
Yeah, it's nothing but good matchups left.
Yep. And the Raptors are 2-6. Unfortunately, after losing back-to-back games by 1 point. 1 point.
Not a good start to the season.
It's so sickening watching a game like for 3 hours, 2.5 hours, and back and forth, and they got a 10-point lead. You got a 10-point lead. They got a 20-point lead. You got a 20-point lead. Then it comes down. It's just that 1 point. And Siakam, our best player, had the last shot both times, and he missed both times. But it's good that he's learning how to hit those shots, eh?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a rebuild season. Like, so you might as well see what you got in all your players, right? And if the players that can't play, let's get them out of here.
I don't think their expectations were too high.
No,
this year,
definitely not.
So.
Look at the people they lost, though, man.
Right.
But Boucher is looking really good, the kid.
Right.
He just turned
the
28.
Kid.
Yep, just turned 28 from Quebec, Montreal, I mean.
Yeah.
He's doing amazing, averaging like almost 20 points and 4 blocks. He's actually the tie for third in the whole league in blocks.
That's pretty
with
good.
With Rudy Gobert, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's good big man numbers.
Totally. So, yeah, he's doing really good. I'm just really excited about everything that's going on. Yeah. I'm excited for Miracle Mans to be on board with us.
Yes.
We're so thankful to be into 2020-21 with all these great guests coming up.
Yes.
We have Jennifer Podemski, which I believe we're going to air this Sunday.
Awesome.
So if you're not watching football, there'll be something for you to watch. You know what I mean?
In between games, maybe.
Yep, or even after the game or on your own time.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
We kind of like releasing our special guests on Sunday because it's just a lazy day and people are looking for content.
Just for something to do.
Yep. So we're going to release probably that this Sunday. So look for that at 8:30 on the harvandjace.com. Make sure you become a member. We'll get you a T-shirt and a mug. Yeah, become a member and subscribe on our Harv and Jace YouTube channel. Get the views up, comment. And during the previews, we're every Thursday at 8:30, right?
Yes.
And so jump on there and shoot the breeze because there's a lot of people in there and they talk during the show.
Yeah, they get in the waiting room.
It's like an interactive chat all the way through the throw. So join us and get in on those chats, man.
Right.
I had a great time tonight, man.
Yeah, man.
It just flew by, dude.
It did.
It's amazing. And I'm happy that we seen Uncle again too. I kind of miss Uncle when I don't see him.
It's always a pleasure seeing Uncle.
Yeah. Took over our studios. We were actually manhandled, and we were
right. Well, I knew something was going on because I could hear.
Come in here, just start clearing tables.
Beast coming from 3 concessions down.
Right. He still hasn't got that muffler fixed.
That's right.
Took the hockey stick to our table and cleared it off.
That's right. Just smelled like cigarettes coming in here.
Smelled like Choices, didn't it? The half-lit cigarettes. Yeah. Oh, we love Uncle. He's a good man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Now he's going to bingo.
He's gone to bingo, folks, because Radio Bingo's back up, too.
Yeah.
I actually won $50
Ace.
last week. I spent $50 on buying 3 different things for the house, like me and my wife played, and I don't know. I hope you guys are enjoying your Thursday night. Lots of football coming up this weekend. The Leafs are going. Raptors are going. It's party time, but stay home. Party with your own family. Yeah. We love you guys, and we'll see you again real soon. Hey!
It's the Harv and Jace show.